Hey, what up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you. Tomorrow is a big time special day. August 11th is not only Hulk Hogan's birthday, but it is my birthday. Honestly, I don't know how old I am going to be. 34, I think. I was calling myself 36 for a while. I'm somewhere in there. I'm somewhere in those 30s. But Hulk Hogan has always been one of my favorite wrestlers. With him having his birthday live on Monday Night Raw, live from Portland, Oregon, I would be lying to you if this wasn't something that I did look into to see if I was going to be able to check this out. Portland isn't that far away from me. Due to me having to work, there was some small complications along the way, but it lined up almost perfectly, and this almost did happen for me to go. The flight is honestly the one thing. When you go to buy a plane ticket and there's less than a week there, they charge you a ton, even if you're on Southwest. And as much as I want to be at Hulk Hogan's birthday, it's not worth a $550 plane ticket in order to get there. Hogan to me will always be my number one guy. It's not going to die or fade away after meeting him at WrestleMania 30, but I definitely think that this is going to be a memorable moment tomorrow on Raw. I know that this is weird because I openly trashed The Rock's birthday, or I'm not sure if that was his birthday party or just like the whatever they did for him. When they were building up to WrestleMania 28. Rock is Raw or something like that. But I could have swore they had some chick come out there and sing Rock Happy Birthday or some crap like that along the way. And they had, it wasn't the guy who was performing on, it wasn't that guy from WrestleMania 28, whatever his name was. It was the other guy from Miami. He came out there and he sang some songs to The Rock, and Vince McMahon came out and played some video for him, and they made that into a big-time deal. But I think that, honestly, to me, Hogan's appearance is going to be pretty cool. I know that when Hogan signed his deal to come into WWE, I honestly thought that we were going to be getting a lot more of him. I know he came in twice before WrestleMania. He came in and he did WrestleMania. He did the SmackDown after WrestleMania with Daniel Bryan. And since then, except for, going on the tour of the UK, and he went on the tour of Japan, Hogan hasn't done much. They've kept him off TV. They've done the one thing that people begged TNA to do, is that, less is more. With Hogan, the WWE has gone out and they've said there's going to be some surprise guests along the way. When you think of, people who could be surprise guests that go along with Hulk Hogan, the one people that has leaked has been the NWO. That's going to be fucking awesome. You got to think Roddy Piper, one of the biggest rivalries of Hulk Hogan, with it being in Portland, Oregon, being close to where Piper is. You would think that he's going to be there. I know that they already really sort of did the reunion at WrestleMania 30, but you got to think that, when you think of Hulk Hogan, you think of Mr. T, that makes you think of Paul Orndorff, Mr. Wonderful. You got to think, are they going to have all of them there? Are they going to try to pull and get some celebrities into Portland? If it was a bigger, sort of more popular city than Portland, you would think maybe you can think of names like Shaquille O'Neal or, where's some others? Dennis Rodman. Would be another good one. I wonder what Dennis Rodman's doing on Monday. For some reason, I was trying to think of who the biggest sports star from Portland would be, and the only person I can really think of is Rasheed Wallace. And I don't know if he really hangs out in Portland anymore. I know that he finished his career a member of the, I think he retired as a member of the Knicks. So I wonder if he ever left there. I know he went back and he played for, he left Portland and he went to Detroit for a while. I forgot about that. I think he won a championship there, and he almost won another one when they got beat by the Spurs. But honestly, I'm a little tired right now. But definitely I think that there could be surprises to come with this. Only my brain isn't really picking up on anybody. Like, you got to think that a lot of the guys that Hogan had his biggest feuds. Hogan had his biggest feuds with. Passed on. You got to think they've already done WrestleMania 1. You go to WrestleMania 2, King Kong Bundy has never gotten his day in WWE to make his return. I know that he sort of died with $1 Million Corporation when he made his return in the late 90s. I don't know if he has any heat with Vince or anybody there. But it would be really awesome to see King Kong Bundy. From the last pictures I saw of him on the Indies, he honestly looks like he did at WrestleMania 2. He looks like he hasn't even changed a bit. I know that he sort of had gotten out of wrestling and he was getting into stand-up comedy. But I used to follow him on Twitter. I don't remember ever not following him, but I don't ever really see tweets pop up from him. That's a killer pop that's waiting to happen somewhere along the way. King Kong Bundy, I welcome you to show up in WWE anytime you need to. Of course, Andre the Giant, that would be WrestleMania 3. So then you would pass on to WrestleMania 4, Hogan, and Macho Man at WrestleMania 5. WrestleMania 6 would be The Warrior. This is getting depressing. WrestleMania 7, Sergeant Slaughter, I don't think he's still with the WWE, but I think he's only a phone call away. He does just about anything Vince asks him to do. WrestleMania 8 with Sid. We've already seen Sid once before, and I don't think he's really a rival that people really remember. WrestleMania 9 would be the $1 Million Corporation, so maybe you could do, you could have Bruce Beefcake. How did I not think about Beefcake? You know, Beefcake is anywhere that Hulk Hogan is. And, of course, Ted DiBiase, I think he's only a call away. IRS has been on Raw the last few weeks as an agent, so you know he's with the company. So we'll have to see. Maybe Eric Bischoff, I think he's in a place where he can be there. I've heard rumors of him being with TNA. But then again, you would think that, Eric Bischoff went on a whole slew of podcasts. He was on the Austin show. He was on the JR show. And the reason why TNA really got mad with Russo was that he went on the Jim Ross show. So if he really is under contract, why would Bischoff be able to go do podcasts with Austin and JR, and Vince Russo would ultimately get fired for doing the Jim Ross show? I got no clue. But Monday's going to be an awesome one. Shout out to 420 Goonie. You got a lucky Raw. I know that a lot of time when you buy tickets to Raw, you don't even know what's going to be there, because a lot of times you buy them 6 months out, and you don't know anything, because WWE sort of changes as it goes along the way, unless you see a long-term feud building towards like a Hell in the Cell or something like that. But you're going to see Cena, you're going to see Lesnar, you get Hogan's birthday, and a whole slew of other action to go along with the way. Peace out, everybody. Have fun.